Hi everybody and welcome back to Danielle The Happy Medium. If you're already new to this channel, then thank you very much for coming along. And for those who are my subscribers and have been here for some time, then I want to thank you very much for continuously supporting the channel. As I say, I am Danielle, better known as Danielle The Happy Medium Industry. And if you'd like to come along and join us, then certainly do subscribe to the channel. You're more than welcome here. We are going today to talk about my 4 top tips for starting out in mediumship, as we've had such a lot of newbies and lots of new people join who are asking me the question in regards to how do I go about starting my development and what would be my tips. So these are my top 4 tips. So if you want to get yourself a cup of tea, sit back, enjoy, and come along, and hopefully some of you are already doing these and some of you may take some inspiration from them. My first top tip, which you would all think is sitting in the power, actually is not. Connection. Connection, finding the way you work for spirit, whether that be the left back, left side, left front, is your top tier one in my personal opinion. And it's one that's going to support your development throughout the years of you working for spirit. Lots and lots of you don't know how you work. So because you don't know how you work, what happens is you sort of get confused, you struggle a little bit, lots and lots of things happen. And so for me, my first top tip is always connection and understanding how you work. The faster you understand how you work, the faster your development will come in, the better it is for you. So it is, of all of them, my top tier one, I've got to be honest with you. One that I do adore, and one that I think is the most beneficial to all them who are starting out. Next one for me is sitting in the power. Sitting in the power is going to help you expand the mind. It's going to help you do your development with the mediumship. It's going to help you understand you on a more personal level. It's certainly one that I would put in that second sort of bracket there, and one that I think for me is important for all aspects of your development. As I've talked about on the channel and lots about sitting in the power, we don't need to sit as much as we get more advanced, but ultimately, make sure that you're sitting as much as possible in the early days. That would be my second top tip. Third one would be find yourself somebody who resonates with you, somebody who you can take knowledge from. One of the things that I see quite a lot of is mediums in multiple places, taking knowledge from multiple places. That can be very confusing because everybody does it differently. And you can be watching one, they're saying one thing, you're watching somebody else, they're saying something else. And what happens is the mediums take on lots and lots of information and they're struggling to understand what is actually there sort of way of work. And my advice in this one, pick somebody, stick with them for about a year and a half to 2 years, then move on to the next one. It helps make things very simple, very solidified. It helps you really understand your development. Top tips for picking a good mentor or somebody who you want to work with. Do you gel with them? Have they got the same sort of attributes as you? Are they working the way that you would like to work? How, all of them types of things. Not so how long they've been in the industry or anything, that doesn't really apply here. What really applies is, are you going to gel with that individual? Do your personalities match? And are they working the way that you want to work in order to get your development up and on its feet? Fourth one for me is above all. For me, it's as important as all the rest, but certainly needs it needs a mention here. I've got to be honest. Take your time. Patience. Probably one of the things that you don't hear a lot. Take your time. It's important with your development. As I've said to my students, and I'll say it to you, if you are building your development on shaky ground, i.e., you don't understand how you work, you don't know how you sit, and you're taking knowledge from multiple places, this is going to make your mediumship unstable because you're building it on unsteady, unfounded grounds. You wouldn't build a house on unstable ground. So it's important that when you are doing mediumship, you take your time. Don't be rushed. Don't look at what other people are doing. Just do you. It's one of the things that fundamentally helped me understand my development well, and also helped me to understand how I work, the way I work for spirit, and also how I sit for spirit as well. It cannot be any more clearer this one, because patience, it is not a race. Mediumship development is a journey, and on that journey you're going to learn lots and lots of different things. So taking your time, not missing the cues, learning to be understanding of your connection is all going to be great groundwork, sturdy groundwork that you can then cement the evidence on top. You can cement all of the different types of communicators and sitters that you work with, on your demonstrational work, your trance work. All of them things sit on top of your foundations. If these foundations are not correct, folks, unfortunately, they're going to crack, they're going to shift. And ultimately, if you don't have the tools necessary to put them together or put them right, what may happen is you're forever on this merry-go-round of taking development, looking at development, and having to seek development out. When you understand your connection, you understand how you work, and you've got your guides and you do all of the things that you do, you can build on top of that. So patience, do the journey correctly, take your time is a must, in my opinion. So for me, these are my top tips. For those who are also just a bonus here, remember, nobody's connection is any better than your connection. Everybody's connection to the spirit world is the same. The only difference is we understand the foundations, we understand it's important to understand connection, we understand the importance of energy, and we understand the importance of taking our time. That's what gets us from A to B to C to D. If you're going from A to Z, you've got all that gap in the middle to fill, and you're going to have to backtrack at some point and pull all that in, because otherwise the mechanics aren't there. You don't get all the evidence you're looking for. You're constantly searching for information. Learn to do the basics in the beginning, you'll never go far wrong. So for me, I have been Danielle. It's a quick one today, ladies and gents. I've got to be out to demonstrate this evening. I've got some travel on me yet. So this is a quick one. Have a beautiful week. I'll see you all Friday. Let me know how, if you're doing any of these in the comments, if these ones are working out for you. Is this something that you've already done in your development? Let me know. I'll see you Friday to talk more about me, the spirit world, and all things mediumship development. Have a great week. Big kisses, big hugs. Bye for now. Bye for now.